So, I want to talk about my channel, and I was going to say like why I made it, and it's really kind of to get over my fear of public speaking. So I wanted to do like tarot and sort of like other stuff, but I've kind of been hiding behind the tarot readings and no faces. So I wanted to try and do an on-camera something. I did do one little one, but I was like real sheepish, and yeah. So bear with me. It's my first one, and I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm looking over here, so I'm already sort of failing a little bit. That's all right. So I'm been making a wand. So I have, I can't remember the name of this crystal. And I've used some leaf wrap. So this stick we collected from a beach walk or a forest walk. I can't remember which one. So I've just bound some, these are fake flowers. So I have just bound them with some green cotton. I just get that from the local $2 shop, or Dollar King now, because they're not $2 shops. Oh look, it's all loose. So we're gonna have to bind that one in a little bit more. Yeah, so we might pull some cards later. Alright, I don't know where I was. I was showing you that was loose. It came off. Hubby had to go to work, so he was telling me that he was getting it. So that's the crystal. Okay. I wish it'll come into focus. I can't remember what it's called. I'm so sorry. It's so pretty though. So today I was at the spa and in the bank, ran some errands. So that was really cool. What else? Last night I did a menu tasting at work, and that was super exciting. My favorite dish was the lamb dish. I didn't like the salmon dish. I discovered that I really liked the Church Road Blanc du Blanc, the bubbles. I don't normally drink wine at all. I liked the Tom Chardonnay, and I liked the McDonald Sauvignon Blanc. My favorite, yeah, was the lamb dish, and I think my favorite dessert was one called the Bomb. So it was like a gingerbread cake with a ice cream and then an Italian meringue over the top, and then a shot of butterscotch schnapps. Oh, it was so good. So, and then we did, yeah, the wine and food to match. Oh, hard life, you know, someone's got to do it. I love my job. I've been there 2 weeks. I love my job. Oh, I just dropped that roll. Oh my god, that's so noisy. I'm so sorry. So noisy. Alright, so I think that is secure, and it looks kind of cute. We can always do a couple of safety ones. Now I'm going to try and tie it. Alright, so I tied it off and I cut it, and then I will probably, I'll probably tie another colour onto there and bind it in through and wrap a crystal the side. So we'll just figure out which one we're going to add on there and what colour string we want. I'm feeling a blue. Oh my god, this stick is so long. So long. So yeah, I want to get over my fear of public speaking. Oh my god, I look like shit. Sorry, I look like shit. And I also sure I have a lot to say about a lot of stuff. So I want to share that, I suppose. Hang on, I'll just turn you this way with me so that I can tie and talk. Oh my god, I can't believe how crap I look. Oh well. I've never cared how I look, so I don't care now. I'm just tying this string on, getting it all secure. I want to talk about my journey and share what's happened to me in my life, what I've done to get to where I am now, which is a really, really good place. Yeah, apart from my baggy eyes. So here we go. I have attached the blue to the purple, and we will leave this one out and leave this one out up here. Tie that around here. One of these was loose though, so thread this through here. Come back to me. I thought the boys left. No, the boys left. Hello, cat. I can hear the boys back. I wonder why the boys are back. Sorry for that car. I'll just pause it. Hang on. Alright, so the boys came back, so I paused it. The loud, obnoxious car. It was quite cute. They didn't have a key to get in the shop. That was quite funny. So I finished binding the blue, and I added a flower to it, like that. So the blue is done now. That goes into the green. It's with the purple. So I'm just going to add some of the leaf work, seeing that fell off the orange. Cool. Sorry, it's just tangled here. So I am from New Zealand. I was born in a town called Palmerston North, and I grew up in the outskirts of Wellington City. I got it. And when I was 10 or 9.5, I moved to Perth in Western Australia. And I just thought that was the bee's knees, because if anybody knows Wellington, they'll know. And if then you know Perth, you'll know. So windy, I went from windy Wellington to beautiful, oh hello, hello, beautiful sandy golden beaches, sunsets on the beach. And I spent my youth on Scarborough Beach growing up, and it was so amazing. Then I moved to Fremantle through my teenage years. I had my son when I was 19, and then when I was 21, just after I turned 21, I moved to South Australia in Adelaide, south of Adelaide, with my son's dad. And oops, that feels like it went really loose. Sorry, my son's dad, and that didn't last very long. And so here we go. I'll just add the flour, and I've just tied some of this green stuff to it to blend it down into this. Yeah, so we split up, and then basically a couple of weeks later I met my husband now. But my son's dad, that relationship was domestic violence relationship, wasn't very good. Ended up with restraining orders, and I just bailed on that situation. Well, yeah, I haven't heard from him since that day. So I was really tentative when I met, oops, Adam, there's a hair tangled in there. My locks get into everything. So I actually I met him and we went on. Oh, look at that now. Doesn't it look pretty? That's cool. It's got a nice sharp edge. When I met him, I took off for 4 weeks with a mate interstate. That was funny. He had no idea I was loose cannon. He's just like this little country boy, this little country town, 3,500 people, and I was just like, yeah, a few times he reckons he thought, what the fuck have I got myself into? But he came along for the ride, and he's glad he did, apparently. We are really in love, and we fall more in love every day, and we've been together like 16 years. We got married this year. I think, oh, that is my wedding dress in the background. Hang on, I can't do the pointy thing. I'm really spastic at this. Anyway, it's hanging up in the back there. It's like trashed. I love it. I share it on my Instagram all the time. I love it. And I love this. I love this. I don't know what I'm going to do next. Are we... I feel like I might add some sunshine here. Add some sunshine gloriness. What have we got in the box of goodies? My box of goodies. So, I don't even know if I've got a yellow actually. Do I have a yellow? Oh, I do. Some yellow, because I got pretty yellow flowers. That's cool. Yeah, so he's like the nicest guy I've ever met in my life, and I was really unsure about it. Yeah, feels like, yeah, I don't know, when you're like with real assholes and you're like fighting for their attention, which fuck, I don't know why the fuck we do that. I just bring you in a bit closer. And when you meet a really nice guy and you doubt his intentions like way more than the bad guy who you know is gonna fucking absolutely screw you. So it took me so long to, like, I pushed all his buttons. I needed to know his limits. and he was really strong emotionally to withstand everything that I threw at him. That is like 16 years ago I'm talking about. And then I was sweet for ages, and I just was like a workaholic and just like plodded through the next say 15 years until like 2.5 years ago. And then I moved my mum home from Perth into my house, and I was just triggered like until I was like and I was so triggered that I had this panic attack that lasted like 3 or 4 weeks, and I was like a mess. I was like and I was all like working and all this stuff, like as a barista. Oh no, I'm sweet, bro. Anyway, I ended up going to the doctors, and they just be like, straight on the Valium. Here's your Valium. Straight on the Valium. And as I walked out, I met this angel. Her name was Claire. She was a nurse at my local doctor's. And she was all like, oh, you all right? Can I help you? And I was all like, oh, it's fine. I've just seen the doctor. He's giving me a script, and it's all right. I'm going to go and get my meds and all this crap, right? And then she was like, are you sure you're going to be all right? And I was all like, yeah, I'm fine. And she said, oh, well, there's somebody who can help you. There's like a natural therapist and stuff like that. And I was all like, I was actually literally laughing in my head going, yeah, I'm beyond help. I'm just take these pills, and even though I'm like so against pills, but like I knew I was at that place. I'm so sorry for this scraping on the ground. It's awful noise. And she was amazing. And then I was all like, no. And she's all like, I swear she'll be like really good for you. You don't have to. And then I was all like, she tried to give me a card, and I was all like, no. And I walked away. I got about 5 steps away, and I was all like, turned back, and I was like, you know what? I twisted my sticker. I was all like, you know what? I might actually grab that number off you. Can I grab that number off you? And then I was like, you know what? I won't ring that number if I grab it off you. Can you make an appointment for me and then send me through? This is my number. Can you send me through my appointment? I'm available this day and this day. And so then I was going to natural therapist, and I was all like, oh my fucking God, what have I done? I'm going to this natural therapist. And I'm all like, having a breakdown. The Valium was cool, but I didn't really like taking it because all I wanted to do was like sleep, and just, I had no emotions, like none. I was just this empty, soulless zombie, and I was like, this isn't me. No, this isn't me. Can't be a soulless zombie. Fuck no. So I was like, went to this natural therapist, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna have to like say all this shit, and I don't know if I'm ready for this, because every therapist I've ever been to has betrayed my trust. So that's backstory there. So I was just like, here we go again. And then so I went in there, and I was just like, oh my God, like, you know, I'm a bit worried about what's going to happen. And she says, all right, so first of all, you just take your shoes off, and we're going to give you a foot spa, and then a foot massage, and then we're going to take you in the other room, and we're going to give you like a body rub with all these natural oils, and then we're going to wrap you up all nice, and then we're going to leave you. And I was all like, yo, I'm down for that. So I had these 5 sessions. The cocoon bit at the end was a bit of a struggle for me because I was having that high anxiety and panic attacks. So sitting and being wasn't ideal for me. I don't think it wasn't ideal. I was moving and avoiding every emotion and every part of my being, just to cope and to make it through every day. I moved from the moment I woke up. Like, I've always had 2 to 3 jobs, plus running the house and the kids, and taking on lots of other friends' stuff and problems and like whatever I can get thrown at me. Until like I'd almost could pace some nights, until I was so exhausted that I knew that the second my head hit the pillow, I would fall asleep. And I couldn't go to bed any sooner than that, because the thoughts, I didn't even want to go there. And so by the time we finished, I was only eligible for 5 sessions. We got amazing, it depends on your channel through the mental health, whether you really need it, and what you're using the mental health system for. I found it amazing, but my objective was to heal and to get better. So instantly with the natural therapy, and when the nurse bailed me up in the doctor's therapy, and even my doctor's session was classified under ACC, which is Accident Commission Compensation Commission. I'm just going to pause it because hubby's home. All right, he's home, sorted. And again, forgotten what I was talking about, where I was at, but it doesn't matter anyway, because I'm just gonna like get better at speaking, and I'm going to share my story and my crafts. All right, I came in to say hello, so anyway, who knows where we were. So I just got some, so you'll learn pretty quickly. I have dyslexia, so I don't even know if this is salo, panto, salo. How funny is that?